Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan. We are doing another one of our off-season outlook videos, and this time we are diving deep into the Minnesota Vikings. They are a team that a lot of people had mixed views on coming into this season, I could say. Some say they overperformed, some could say they underperformed. Made it to the divisional round of the playoffs before they lost the eventual. You're not very high on Minnesota, as you could probably guess if you've watched some of our other videos. But yeah, the Vikings were one of the final eight. Say what you want about. I know Kirk Cousins is a guy that people have a lot of mixed views on. So let's talk about Minnesota.
Yeah, let's do that. And like you said, it's going to be interesting because if you've been watching this channel, you know Jordan's opinions on Minnesota, and they're not very well.
They're not.
And they haven't been really for a long time. So, but me and Ryan, we're both fans of Minnesota, I would say.
I agree.
They got themselves a good roster.
Yep.
Of course, we can look at the quarterback position, see Kirk Cousins, and think what you want about him. I mean, that's whatever you want to do with that. But we're assuming he's going to be staying there, when I really think he would be. So we're going to talk about who they could get to add on to their roster.
And I really think that they're a team that I think they themselves at least think that they're not that far away from taking the next step, because you look when Dalvin Cook was healthy, and Dalvin Cook was probably their best offensive player, I would say, when he was healthy. Sure. That offense looked really good because you were able to take some of the load off of Kirk Cousins. Because some quarterbacks, they just have that point where once you ask them to do too much, they just can't do it. They can't produce. Some of these guys have limits. Maybe if you should try and keep them under 30 pass attempts per game, try and change your style of offense to help your team win, kind of like how Tennessee did with Ryan Tannehill. So maybe we'll see Minnesota do something similar. And that's what I think they should do, because when they had that effective running game and they didn't overuse Kirk Cousins, their offense looked really good.
And the thing is, you said the word offense a lot. Yeah. I like to refer to it as Dalvin Cook.
Oh, okay. Okay. Come on.
Just got to get my roast out in this video.
Hey, how about Sean Mannion? Week 17.
What
a legend. Barely. He did better against their starters.
It's true. That was earlier in the season. But
so obviously Dalvin Cook is not their whole offense. There are other players there. We've mentioned Kirk Cousins. There's also two pretty good wide receivers who didn't have the greatest of years. One of them made the Pro Bowl for who knows why, because he was injured, in Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. Did not have his greatest season either. So, I mean, I'm going to try not to roast. Who knows what I'm going to do in this video. Someone else take it.
Well, let's start looking at the draft.
Yes.
Okay? Because we all love the draft. Places they could go. They went offensive line last year. I can honestly see them doing that again.
I like Garrett Bradbury.
Oh, well, yeah, so they got last year.
It's about the only person I like on that team.
There we go. Good job, centers.
I used to like Kyle Rudolph, but then I picked him in fantasy once, and he sucked. And then this
year,
I named my team after him too for a long time. And then this year he started playing good again, and he pass interfered against the Saints, and it wasn't called. So it's just the truth. Just stating facts here.
Yeah, and I think they have some free agents on their defensive line, so that could be a place they go with that. They're at 25, I believe, right, in the draft?
Yep.
So they have the 25th overall pick, so those top-tier guys aren't going to be there. Names. But there are still a lot of good players that could be there. One that I would think of would be A.J. Epinesa, if he is somehow still there at 25.
I don't know if he will be.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was just one that I saw. Neville Gallimore, who I'm not extremely high on, but...
They could also go to the quarterback position. Not sure who would be available at that point, but Rhodes did not have his best season last year, and it seemed like that secondary that was really good is kind of declining a little bit as some people are leaving. And
maybe Christian Fulton at that pick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad.
In my latest mock draft, I haven't taken Grant Delpit for the safety, because I do think that secondary could use some especially with the decline of it. Because I don't think this team is far. I really don't. I was high on them for a long time. I just think they have to get all of those pieces together. I think they're really close to putting it all together.
Well, I think right now they have it almost as complete as it could be. You look at their team, and it looks like it's going to be good, but sometimes Kirk Cousins does not play how you'd like him to, especially in prime time. He's not very good in prime time, but also...
he won the big game.
Yeah, he won a game?
Didn't he?
Out of how many played in prime time? Like 4 or 5?
Let's do some math. What's the ratio? Like, I don't know.
Like 0.25?
Yeah, something like that. Like, wins per prime time game. It's not
It's got to be around there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many played, but I think...
Well, I've never played in a prime time game, so...
Yeah,
that's true.
I think it was around 4, though, so it'd be 8.25. Yeah.
Not good. Those are not stats you want to have in anything. So.
No.
Yeah, that's definitely very true. I mean, it's just kind of sad, but that's what happens sometimes. They're a professional franchise. They've accomplished a lot of stuff. You got to at least give them credit for that.
Yeah, but sometimes you look at Kirk Cousins and you see like, man, if someone else was in his position, I really think he could take Minnesota further. I really think that he could produce more on the field. I think more things would happen. Sometimes I see that when I watch Kirk Cousins, I'm like, man, if they had another guy that was better, got more done, used his time on the field more efficiently, just did more and took advantage of where he was, I really think this guy would be the limit. Because sometimes you look at Kirk Cousins and you say, this guy's okay, but sometimes you say, man, if someone else was there, they would be going to doing greater and better things.
Well, yeah, Kirk Cousins has a break in the offseason right now.
Me.
You have to let me talk sometimes.
Yeah?
Kirk Cousins has a break in the offseason right now. If he can come back and try things again, maybe.
So you're saying
he's
he's
going
going to come back and try things again?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to try and go to Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. That he could definitely come
I
back
hope
from this
so.
offseason and be a new guy.
Yeah. I'm sure he's
This is more of our
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
This is more of our deep dive type of stuff. It says here they have 26 overall.
Well, just something I thought would be interesting to bring up with Kirk Cousins. And I'm still going to continue to take my shots, especially at this man right here.
This man.
When his team had Case Keenum, they had basically the same roster.
The defense was better. They were
playing
playing
better. The defense
better.
was better. You're right. But you look at the offensive side of the ball, and I'm going to stick with the offensive side of the ball. They were a pretty good team, and I don't remember if Dalvin Cook was injured or whatever at that point, but they were still a very good team when the Minnesota Miracle happened on the offense and defensive side of the ball. And that was led by a guy named Case Keenum, who later went to... I should know where he went. That's what I was going to say. Good.
Where is he now?
He doesn't know.
Is he in the Redskins? Yeah, I don't know where he is now, to be honest.
No, the Dallas Renegades. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I don't know.
Thanks for that insight.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, isn't the Renegades quarterback not that good? I don't know. Let's talk about XFL quarterbacks not being good enough.
Well, that's a
I
different
don't know what team
deal,
it is, though.
None of them are really starters for the NFL.
Tampa Bay Vipers. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing, but...
Anyways, it's not an XFL video.
Well, I was still talking,
Yeah,
so if you
good.
just let me go.
I was just saying.
I was just saying, there was a lot of success behind Case Keenum, and Kirk Cousins got paid a lot of money to come in there and perform. And right now, he has not really come in there and performed very much.
Yeah, he hasn't.
No.
Especially in the big moments when you think, all right, he can really make something happen. You're like, come on, it's right there in front of you. Go do it. And he just doesn't do it. And he like almost kind of pulls away from it. And you're like, dude, come on, man. You did the hard part. You got yourself. You put the time in. You did the hard part. You got drafted. You got that position. And you just couldn't do it. So I know we got
handed to him. There's sometimes where he
does.
was able to do it.
Like the New Orleans game.
Maybe like 2 times.
Yeah, twice. But like that's not enough. Like you got to do more.
In the playoff game at the end of the season, he was able to drive the Saints, or drive his team down the field to beat the Saints unfairly. But that's another story.
I think if you give Kirk Cousins some time, you give him some help through free agency, which is what we're about to talk about right now. I really do think if he's able to come back next season after his time off, he could really be a lot better and be able to thrive in those situations a lot more often. So let's start talking about free agency to help him out.
You're saying they should pick a quarterback to help him out?
No. I'm saying...
I'm taking my shots.
I'm starting with defense right now.
This video could be a complete meme if Kirk Cousins ends up exploding next year. But I'm willing to take my chances on that.
So, some defensive guys, because they're losing... Who are they losing on the defensive line? Everson Griffin.
Oh, that's big.
I think, but they could sign him back. But I think they got to try and replace him. Maybe
you see,
the
but
guy
they don't
like
have much
Jason
money because they paid a lot of money to Kirk Cousins.
Leonard Williams would be a good one.
Great,
Dante
right?
Fowler. All those guys would be good options for them. And if you're talking offensively, what do you guys think where they could go offensively?
I still think offensive line could use some improvement. I mean, the receivers maybe should be good unless you want to add a third guy.
They might want to add a third guy.
Maybe a third. Yeah, get
like
a little slot
Treadwell
receiver.
or whoever it is.
Yeah, he's not that great.
They might want to add a third guy in there.
Maybe get like Robbie Anderson.
Oh, I think he's better than a third guy. Robbie Anderson.
I think Robbie Anderson could be
he could be a one for certain teams.
One for certain teams for sure.
Yeah,
he'd probably be maybe 2 or 3 on this team.
He's just the guy I saw on this list. I'm trying to find a.
I think truthfully, you're thinking more of the draft when you're trying to get like a guy like to be. I don't know if there's any really big market guys. Unless you want to maybe like if you think
maybe like
Diggs or Thielen are underperforming and you want to like kind of move them down the depth chart, you think you've got a new number 1 receiver. That's possible, but I really don't see like AJ Green or Robbie Anderson coming in to be number 3 guy.
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
see
maybe
this
like
team
Tyler Johnson in the draft?
They could,
I don't see this team being
Guy
very
like that.
active in
Yeah.
free agency. Maybe on the
Staying in
defensive
That'd be
Minnesota.
great. Yeah, staying in Minnesota. I don't know what the odds of that are, but who knows?
Yeah. So we've talked about free agency and the draft. I mean, we could go a quick rerun of it if we need to, or we can just end this video how it is. Do you guys have anything more to say?
When did we talk about the draft?
We did.
Well,
We talked about it earlier.
Sorry, we talked about.
You want to go
Yeah.
back to the draft? You can say some more stuff about it if you'd like.
No, I remember what I said now.
There you go.
I was kind of in a rant type mode right now, and I could still keep going, but I'd rather not for the sake of not creating too many memes out there. I've already created a few, and as much as I do hate them, they are NFL players still, so they have some sort of skill.
I do.
Even if some of their skill is being in a commercial for a bet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the sleep. We gotta respect the sleep number at least. Come on.
Yeah, Dak and Kirk
Yeah.
in the commercial.
And Dak Prescott, by the way, is the number 1 free agent for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, I
They're
think
probably
that-
he's probably gonna
He's not going
re-sign.
anywhere.
Yeah.
But
He said it himself that he likes the Cowboys. He likes Dallas, and he said there's
they
no,
might
I think he said
franchise
something
tag him. I don't think he'll be happy with that.
He said that there's no other place to play, but no better place to play football. He said something along those lines. So I think he wants to stay in Dallas.
I mean,
If he's
it is
franchise tagged, I'm sure.
America's team. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't play like it, but
Well, I mean, you can't play good every year. But we know that from the Vikings. It's really for them. The past couple years has been on and off.
Yeah.
With them,
That was a
like
big
being able
shot
to
at
do
the Cowboys, but it's
some really good things one year, and then the next year they're back down. Last year they were back to the playoffs again, beat the Saints in the playoffs.
like doing
huge
that.
feat for them.
Well, they're in the playoffs.
So that's the last that we've seen from the Vikings. If they can make these offseason moves, that would be big for them for next year, and they could continue their greatness, not greatness, but
they're strive for
Their
greatness.
strive-
They're
their
getting
strive
there.
for
I think
greatness,
Minnesota's
yes.
not far away. I'm telling you.
yes, for sure. So they're
Closer
very
than
close.
you
They
think.
just gotta do some things we said, maybe do some things we didn't say. Whatever you guys think they should do.
The thing with the Vikings is they just have to play like the players that they are. They have a lot of great talent there, and guys like Kirk Cousins, Thielen, Stephon Diggs. I can't blame Dalvin Cook. He did great.
He did.
I just called out those 3 guys on offense. They have had a lot of potential in their careers at certain times. At some times it was.
Did you say Tua's going to the Vikings?
Oh gosh,
Hot take alert.
they're gonna trade up for him.
No.
No.
At one time, both Thielen and Diggs were very good together, so if they can put that combination back in. If Kirk Cousins could play like the guy we saw with the Redskins, who had nobody around him but was still able to do stuff and become a very sought-after free agent, then I think this team could have success, but it just hasn't really clicked so far for me. So, yeah,
Okay.
you know my feelings about them by now.
Yeah. We know you're not high.
Yeah, but also, there are ways to improve, and I respect them. It's like I respect everyone in the NFL.
Okay. Let's stop Jordan's
I
rant
have
before it continues to go on. Let us know what you guys think the Vikings should do in their offseason. Because we said some things. I know we left some stuff out.
Yeah.
Let us know your opinion. We love comments on these videos.
We do.
So keep them coming. Make sure
If
to
you
like
want
this
to
video
roast the
as well.
Vikings, feel free to do that. If you want to roast me for roasting the Vikings,
We might get some
also feel
dislikes
free to
on
do
this
that.
video.
Yeah.
because of the
Well,
comments
you know
we
what?
said.
I'm like Stephen A. today. I can create some havoc
Okay.
here.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys later.
See ya.